What's good, YouTube? Iron P is back with another conversational video. I don't even know if conversational is a word. Is that a word? I just
conversational.
That's conversational.
Because they can say someone's very conversational.
Okay, cool. So
I think
we're back with another conversational video. We got the full team here. We got King Vod.
We do. We haven't had the full team in a minute.
Yeah, we haven't had the full
Ray
team.
comes through.
Yeah,
Vod is usually busy because he has a life.
yeah.
So
We got King Vod in the building. We got our boy producer Ray in the building. We're gonna get into it.
they got their own stuff too. Almighty Dante.
Yes, sir.
And then Smoking Runs
On Twitch, and if you enjoy music, check out King Vod on Spotify.
or
Apple
check
Music.
out Ray. You know he dropped his solo
We do.
album like yesterday.
We do need a Ray mixtape. I ain't gonna lie, because Ray can actually spit.
Why you take your keys out?
Because they was rattling in my pocket.
I didn't even hear him. All right, we ready?
Yep. Let's get into it. What are we talking about today, Rick?
So, I wish I did a little bit more research, but just the concept in itself is. I feel like good
This
enough
is
for a
pure
conversation.
opinions, right?
Yeah,
This is pure opinions.
Have you ever heard of the concept of passport bros?
Yeah, yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Who put you onto that?
The internet. I guess
internet.
you can say the internet.
So,
TikTok.
yeah.
You know what? My first iteration of like seeing, I guess, passport bros was a YouTuber. I seen him on TikTok first, and I went to his YouTube
Do you
channel.
remember the name?
I can't. It was an old dude. I know it was an old dude, and he was in.
Was he for it or against it?
He was living it.
Okay.
He was
All right.
living
Well,
it.
we don't need to shout him out then. All
I'm
right.
not shouting him out. I'm just
Yeah, I
saying.
know. I'm just saying.
That
We
was my
don't
first
gotta say
instance.
who it was.
Yeah.
But for those of you who don't know, passport bros is basically the concept of getting your passport so you can find yourself a quality woman, because you won't find yourself a quality
That's a
woman in
nasty
America.
one. That's nasty.
And so you have to go to a country that isn't as developed as ours, or it could be as developed as us, but that you feel like that they have a more submissive group of women. And in this way, submissive is, I guess, more traditional, stays in the house, doesn't want to work, take care of children, does what you want.
Cook and clean
them to do,
and
yeah.
all this shit. So
I
We'll
get
go
it.
da- we'll
Yeah,
go
I
from-
get it as
yeah.
much as I don't get it. Right? So you don't have to leave America for that.
no.
But I guess it's this is the dangerous concept. If you feel like women empowerment has hampered the type of woman you want, I feel like that's kind of scary.
You might be a nasty nigga at that point.
And that might not be true. It could maybe mean that
Possible.
the women empowerment has made like certain things that you valued in women or grew up. Like maybe you grew up and your mom was that type of woman,
right,
and so you always envisioned yourself with that type of woman, which could be a little nasty if you really break it down. But it doesn't have to be that nasty. It can just be surface level, right?
Right.
But it's the idea that you'll find it as soon as you get a passport. You go to like DR, you go to Thailand, you could go to like Jamaica's That's a little rougher. I feel like the women are more strong.
So
out there.
DR, I might be a passport bro for DR, but
that's different. You want to smash on something. You want to smash on something, and there's a more accepted escort culture out there.
Yeah, I'm not going to marry nobody.
It's big booty Latino women. So like,
I'm going to turn up.
So yeah, that's a whole different thing. You're not going out there to find a wife.
Yeah, I'm not going out there to find a wife. I'm going out there to go crazy. Bro, you see the video? The one nigga, he had like $40.
I will say, right, the videos of DR, I can understand if you were a single man why DR would be the go-to, because I don't know how many of these videos are faked for the point of the content.
Yeah, they could
but
be
the
fake.
fact that they be like, come here, and they come in and they be like, do a spin,
and they do the 360,
and they do the 360, and they be crazy. They be like, it was like, oh, she cute, and then turn around. The platanos.
What the
platanos. They turn around in the sundress. They always got a sundress out there. That's
it's because
good
it's hot.
weather. Yeah, good weather.
Because it's hot.
If sundresses were every year, I feel like a lot of things would just be better in life.
If sundress was just all the time.
Or Skims. Like, that's the new thing, isn't
What's
it?
Skims?
The Kim K, women know what I'm talking about if y'all watching. It's like the Kim K version of sundresses that make girls, like, hips round out. So yeah, it turns almost every
comment down below.
Yeah, it turns like it turns like every figure into like a Coke bottle. Like they get the hips.
Okay.
No matter how you shape.
So it's a girdle without having to cop the girdle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not called a girdle. That's old as hell. But yeah.
No,
as far as
it's like or a waist trainer.
waist trainer, yeah. Now, as far as passport bros
Less
that just
metal.
go to DR to turn up and have a good time.
You
with
fine
5
with that
racks.
because that's
yeah,
what you want to do.
Yeah, I don't have a
But
problem with that.
You don't like
No.
to go to a third world country or a less developed country to find women who
wife.
are more traditional.
Yeah, that's gross.
AKA cook, clean, and don't question you as long as you're feeding and housing and sheltering them.
Yeah, like I mean, like we kind of had this conversation previously. I don't like that submissive word. I don't want somebody that's just like robotically just doing what I tell them to do because that feel like slavery. I feel like I don't want it
my
like
thing
that.
is that if you think about it, the reason those women come over here is for the American dream, which is like, you know, a big house, picket fence, nice food, being able to raise your children safely.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, those next kids will not be traditional kids. They'll be brought up in
a certain way
in the American
Americans,
society.
as
They'll
Americans,
be brought up with like the idea that you could be whatever you want to be. Like, when did it become for men to be like, oh, America's the place where you could be wherever you could be whatever you want to be, except if you're a woman. I need you to be a housewife and like do chores.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, kind of like you said in the beginning, like you could,
gross.
if you really want that, if that's the traditional
can find
woman
that here.
is what you're looking for, you can find that in
you just won't
America.
You won't find a woman who's willing to put up with
You're
probably
lazy.
the stuff.
You don't want to
No,
search.
not even lazy.
You're lazy.
I don't even think it's lazy. I just think they won't find a woman who's willing to put up with the stuff that they want them to put up with.
Right.
Who lives in America off the strength of that's where they were born.
Right.
Like if you get someone from the position of like they came to America with you and they can't stay in America except
Without
through
you.
like setting up the legal process.
Right.
Without you, then they're probably more tolerant of stuff that you do.
Oh yeah, because they don't want to go
don't
back,
wanna-
or they don't want to get sent back home, whether by you, I guess, or by the government. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. That's where my slavery analogy came from, because
slightly captive.
yeah, they slightly captive, which makes
Slight
you
slavery.
more of a nasty nigga, because it's
Solid
like
SS. Slight slavery.
it's like let's not make
A
that
quarter slave.
a
Oh,
quarter
no,
of a person.
3/5. It's a compromise.
A 3/5
Compromise.
We spent hey, nah, okay.
Yo, they really used to count us as 3/5 of a nigga.
We did a person.
But they
Yeah,
used to make us fight all them wars.
we did beef in all.
And we
the
was a
wars.
full soldier when it came to wars.
They changed it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Immediately.
It was like,
like-
why would we give these Negro guns? And they started leaving. Give them Negroes guns.
Hey, what about this? Ain't what we talking about, but what about the folks that fought, the black folks that fought for the Confederacy?
Yeah. What about them?
Why?
Lashes.
But
Hey, they lost, didn't they?
they did lose.
You
Them
did
niggas
that.
wasn't fighting hard. Imagine. That's actually stupid as hell.
They was like, bro, help us win so you can stay a slave. And they was like,
that. Like straight up, I got you. Chilling.
they was cleaning that musket. They was like, man, you about to use that joint today? if they turn their back.
He like, man.
If they
He's
turn
like,
their
I'm
back.
not. He like, I'm not beefing my fellow brother, man. I'm not about to do that.
Yeah, they was like,
if
no.
I see blue, I'm not gonna shoot.
Nah, that's for real. Like, think about it. They really had slaves out there
That's actually stupid.
in the Confederate uniform, being like, fight for our way of life when
that's
you're
dumb
less
as-
of a person.
Yeah, that's dumb as fuck. Why would you
And guess what?
hire the niggas that's your slaves to fight against the niggas that's trying to free them?
That's why we call that Southern education.
Yeah, they not about to go hard. Like, imagine a nigga like hooping.
15 confirmed, 15 confirmed kills.
Nigga playing Call of Duty.
It's like, why are you trying so hard? It's like, at the end of the day, I'm shooting white men.
See, now that's a dilemma. That's a dilemma.
It's like they just sit there. They be like, "Damn, it's not the best plan in the long run."
Yeah.
but right now that's vindicated.
Yeah, he feeling good right now.
He was like, he related to Master 3/5. He was born in New York. And then,
Hooping. They modify their shit so it's automatic. You're like, how that boy do that? All right.
first peanut butter, now this. Them boys can make a good sandwich and some good ammunition. You know, we should have them make other stuff instead of cotton. Instead of cotton and gin. Ugh, yuck. I don't know. I think everything we talked about is nasty.
Oh my god. Okay, we were talking about passport bros though. If you're just a DR guy that's just trying to get some cheeks, I'm all for you, man. Do your thing.
Yeah, because you're trying to be.
Yeah, because that's gonna be me. Take your 5 bands.
That's gonna be me.
Go to DR, have a good time. You don't need 5. That's just to be, comfy. Just to chill. Be comfy. Take your 5 bands. Go to DR, have a good time. If you trying to go to Vietnam or South Korea or something like that to find a wife, like the old dude I saw on YouTube, you're gross.
What about
nasty.
the dudes that be like with like really small Asian women? Like we know a very good friend of ours who's with an Asian woman, but I'm talking about like because she's they went to high school together. I'm talking about you see like the taller. Usually this is not a stereotype, but this is what I see, especially at UB. You see taller, usually Caucasian men,
Caucasus men
with like 4'4" Asian women. That may
how do
not,
I feel about
that
it?
may not speak the best English.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they were Americanized.
Sometimes. Well, that's the thing. It'd be like this is the nasty thing about America, right? We fight wars in places. We station soldiers in places, and then them soldiers bring back women of the nationalities of the people that we just fought.
Slaughtered.
Yeah, and then bring them back.
Yep.
And be like, we have a happy family with our mixed children, and I try to like go to sleep at night, not imagining that the person that I shot looks like my wife. And
that's also crazy.
It's super nuts,
Niggas
isn't
did
it?
that a lot.
Japan, Korea.
Was that
Vietnam.
the original passport, bro?
But they had to fight for it a little bit.
They had to be for it. Yeah. It wasn't so easy.
They had to shed blood.
Yeah, you gotta
they had to shed
you gotta
blood.
be in the trenches, literally.
Yeah, it was like you find you some traditional women, you just had to traditionally kill her husband.
The thing is though, that's niggas. It's I don't know if I'm making this up or not, but I remember seeing this.
Yeah,
a nigga in Vietnam or something like that. Literally packed up somebody's whole family and brought her home.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And she loved him.
That's the Caucasus Mountains in the like as Nick Cannon would say. That's the Caucasus Mountains. When he called them all savages. It's not all of you aren't savages. No. It's just some of y'all just like some of y'all would call us thugs, murderers.
Well, John Morant is
no. That's it. Watch the R&B podcast, to hear about John Wick.
Episode 88.
Yeah, John Wick. That John Wick or
John Wilkes Booth.
John Wilkes Booth.
Oh, both of those is fire though.
John Wick versus John Wilkes Booth.
Oh damn. Both of those is fire, man. Damn. Well,
it's him pointing a gun at himself. It is John Wick versus John Wilkes Booth. It's just, like the Spider-Man meme.
Episode 88. Pull up. It probably came out already.
Yeah, it did.
So
by this point.
So check out episode 88 of R&B Podcast. Yeah. But the bottom line for me personally is if you just a DR guy, keep hooping. If you trying to find a traditional wife and whatever weird shit you on, you need to stop.
If you want a traditional woman, find a traditional woman. If you want a slave, hang yourself.
Yeah, because that's basically what you asking for. Yeah. You asking for somebody that don't speak English, that needs you in every way possible, who doesn't want to get sent back to their home country, so they're going to do everything you say. A slave. Basically a slave.
But if you are traveling the world because you want to find that special someone for all the right reasons, get that passport. Travel.
Traveling is fine.
There's a billion women in the world.
Yeah.
Especially, everywhere except China. There's not as many women in China versus the population because they had the one-child rule, and then women are like not second-class citizens, but they're not very favored. And so if people had kids, they usually like left them places and whatnot so they could have a son. But then now they're dealing with a population issue because there's not a lot of women.
That's crazy.
Isn't it nuts? It was like, we need to get rid of all the women.
See, like
and
America,
they got rid of all the women.
Damn.
Or go to Japan. They're having a population issue, but there's enough girls for there to be not a population issue. It's just they're just not wanting to have like intimate relationships.
Yeah, I heard in Japan they just like it's stupid to have children, which it kind of is.
It's because of the work to death culture they have, and then anime and hentai and porn.
So America's bad, but then when you hear certain stuff about other countries, you're like, oh.
But they got a vending machine where you get some panties.
All right, you two. Yeah. This has been another.
And cake. There's a vending machine where you can open it.
You get panties and cake in the same vending machine?
Two different, but they'll be next to each other. You know?
All right, YouTube. This has been another R&B conversation.
Would you get a passport? Would you be a passport, bro?
For the DR, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, for DR, but not
to find a woman,
not to find a wife. Travel. Oh, that's what I was gonna say before we end it. Traveling is okay if you traveling and you meet somebody that actually likes you, that you also actually like in your travels, who don't need you for anything, like need a visa or no shit like that. Then yeah,
need a way out.
Yeah, need a way out. Then yeah, do your thing. That's perfectly fine. That's just a relationship happening because you just happen to be in the area. But if you going with I'm getting me a wife when I get on this plane. If you going like that, bro, get the fuck out of here, man. Rick, you got anything else before we close it out?
Nasty niggas is what nasty niggas is.
Nasty niggas is always nasty niggas. All right, YouTube, this has been another R&P conversation.
Yes, sir.
Let us know what you think.
This? I don't even know how many we've done, but
I really hope you. We don't number. We just put them out.
I might throw this one on Spotify.
Okay, cool.
As a bonus.
Little 16, 17
bonus.
minute
Yeah, bonus.
If you let us know what you think about passport bros. Are you a passport bro? If you are, we're gonna make fun of you in the comments. If you a DR guy though, you go. Keep doing your thing. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, make sure you ding that notification bell so you know every time we drop a video. Make sure you check out King Bod, Smoking the Runts on Twitch, King Bod on Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. Make sure you check out our boy Almighty Dante 716,
so don't point at
Producer Ray. Well, yeah, they can't see it. Producer Ray on Twitch as well. Almighty Dante 716. They links will be in the description down below. And most of all, Rick, what is it?
Fuck Karl Malone.
Fuck Karl Malone. Fuck Karl Malone. That's where we gonna end it. He's such a nasty way to